Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be doing prompt number, what number are you? 9, which is trunk. Yeah, I was going to do like a steampunk trunk or something along those lines, and then last minute changed my mind and decided I wanted to paint an elephant. So here we are, painting an elephant. Again, this is 140-pound cold press Arches watercolor paper, so the pricey stuff. I'm going in with my beam paints, which is all I'm using for this challenge. I will incorporate pens here and there. I'm throwing on a little salt because I lost a little bit of the brightness where I wanted to keep it, and I thought that might be a good trick to get some of the brightness above his head and around his ears back. Some of that sparkle. These paints, some of the hues are very staining, and lifting them back up is just not. It's just not going to happen. I decided to go in with what is it? Harvest something. I lost my swatch. I moved everything because my keyboard was messing up. Come to me, my darling. There you are. So, in that tone you're seeing right now is actually morning peach and a little bit of harvest mixed together. Just light, to give him some tone. I was thinking it would read peach later. I'm not sure why. I do adjust it. And then I'm going in and slowly building up my darks around the head, the shadows in the ears, and I really want it to be nice and dark, but I'm having a problem getting that depth of darkness with the paints that I have on hand. I do not have a neutral tint. I do have a black, but it doesn't re-wet as nicely as the other paints do, or even as nicely as my neutral tint does, which is a honey-based color from M. Graham. But I make it work. I'm mixing flip it over to my blues, Winter Night with a little bit of Blueberry Mountain and a touch of the graphite. I'm noticing now, I think my paints might be in the wrong order in my pot. I was using graphite instead of Mars Black, which is probably part of the problem, why I couldn't get it to be a deep dark black. But I persist. I just keep layering in colors in those ears and behind the trunk and in the shadow areas. Here I am mixing those colors together again, trying to get that deep dark black, and it looks super dark on the palette. And I'm layering it and trying not to lift up underneath because it is wet on wet, and trying not to obliterate all of the shapes and lines and textures that I already have. Now, as I'm working this, I'm really not liking it. I'm thinking, oh God, what did I do? This is not working out the way I wanted to. It took me about an hour, like 59 minutes and some seconds to paint this. I always look to see what time I have on my piece before I condense it all down and do a time lapse for you guys. Here I am putting another layer of dark on. I'm just listening to my book and painting, not really thinking about things, and trying to get that depth that I want for his the shadow in his ears and that shadowing on his trunk. And then here I'm realizing I wanted that peachy kind of color in his ears instead of yellow, and for his undertone, and instead I have this like weird yellow color, and I'm trying to mix peach with the colors that I have, and it's not working out because it comes out more of a flesh tone, and I'm not liking that. But I already put it on one side, so now I gotta put it on the other side so the piece balances and kind of blend it out and make it look right, like purposeful. So I'm like, all right, well, I put it in the ears. Now I've got to put it on his face. And then I'm switching up to my favorite color in this whole mix, which is that's right, pumpkin spice. I did a thin wash of pumpkin spice over the top of all of that color. And then I got carried away and spread it around here and there and everywhere in a thin layer, which added a little glitter to the piece. In real life, he has a little sparkle, a bit more than you can see on camera, but the tone helps. It doesn't give me that peach glow that I was really looking for, but I just roll with it. And then I put that same color in the eyes, and I'm let it sit and just wait for it to dry. And I grab out my bleed proof white because I lost all of the bright white on my piece. And bleed proof white, Dr. P.H. Martin's bleed proof white is a go-to tool for me. I love it. I have 2 containers. I like it so much. There's a story behind that. And I'm putting just a little bit here and there because I did lose some of the shine look on his ears, like where the light would be bouncing and glowing on his face. And I just kind of went hog wild with the white because it does dry flat matte and allows the colors underneath to peek through. And you'll see that as we go along here and it starts to dry. You can see that the bright white isn't quite as bright white as when you put it down. It just lends that little bit of sparkle, right? And then I'm using that dark mixture, same as before, to do the pupils of the eyes, thinking that it's going to work. And it does, but it's not as dark as I need it to be. And overall, I'm pretty happy with the piece. I get really carried away with the details of the face and ears, and mostly around the eyes and in that trunk. And forget about the body underneath, that I wanted to be like his front legs behind that trunk and the girth of his body kind of peeking as he walks, peeking from behind, but dark. So I do get to that. It just takes a minute. Here I am darkening up that face again, giving him some dimension around that, I'm trying to make him feel that trunk feel more girthy, more round, and feel like it's turned back a bit, like under and back just a bit. And I don't feel like I quite get it there, but I'm pretty satisfied with it by the end of the painting. And now I'm getting in some textures, some dry brushing, and darkening up these areas. And here's where I remember, oh yeah, I wanted the body to be dark, but not prominent. Definitely look like he's grounded, right, in the piece. And then I decide to give the bottom a little bit of dark so that it gives the piece a little bit of weight, visual weight, and grounds him a bit. He doesn't feel like he's floating. And then I'm not happy with the darks. So I get out, and the piece is still damp, so I should have waited for it to dry, and this would have gone a lot better, a lot faster. The 03 pen, and I have tons of micron black pens in all the sizes. And that wasn't giving me the deep darks that I wanted, so I switched to the 0.8 and micro liner. And that seems to give him some pop, brings those eyes right out, thicken those lashes. And then I go a little hog wild and I decide to texture out the trunk and get some of that texture in the skin of the elephant. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. I hope that didn't make a loud noise. And overall, I'm super pleased with how this turned out. In the moment, I was like, it's all right. But this morning, when I came back and I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I kind of super dig him. He's super cool. And here we are. We're going to do a quick close-up. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.